My name's Logan, and I'm pissed off about pop culture.
Logan, language.
Calm down, Johnny. Yank the waistline of your uniform down. I'm actually a lot less pissed off about Logan than I have been in anything in the past couple years. Matter of fact, it's one of the best superhero movies I've ever seen.
Agreed. Logan had a domestic box office of $226,277,068 and a foreign box office of $392,744,368. This makes $619,021,436 worldwide. For an R-rated superhero movie, this puts you in the same league as Deadpool.
I don't want to hear any more about Wade.
Remember what I taught you about letting go of the past.
Can't remember half my damn past.
As it pertains to emotional attachment, don't let your personal feelings interfere with your presence in the moment.
You sound like a Jedi.
I'll accept that as a compliment. As I was saying, Logan went on to receive an Academy Award nomination for Best Adapted Screenplay. Still, it is a flawed masterpiece.
I did not expect this from you, JEAN-LUC XAVIER. Explain yourself.
With pleasure, Lord Vader. Stand by. Captain to Enterprise.
Riker here.
Number 1. I need you to set up a trans-temporal archival transmission. Library computer reference, Earth. 21st century motion picture, Logan. Monitor Wolverine's comments. Compensate as necessary. When you're ready, send it through to my coordinates.
Aye, sir.
You have the floor, Logan.
Only really have a few complaints, boys. Old man Logan at the sink.
Number 1.
Old man shitting out brass into the sink instead of rounds. Anyone who shot longer than 2 seconds will tell you. After the round exits the barrel and heads downrange towards the target, the brass is ejected and falls to the ground. That's how forensics works. Whoever wrote this clearly. I like guns. Brings me to my second point. Too many social justice warrior politics.
Yet, social justice is what we have always strived for. What is your issue with equality?
I've fought for equal rights my entire life, and social justice is the natural outcome of that fight, when you win it. When you make it a political movement and shove it down the throats of the young, well, that's social engineering, isn't it? Shit, Charles, I thought you ran a school.
Which taught all perceptions, which encouraged independent thought, based on the analysis of facts and critical thinking.
Riker.
Hey, it's me. I'm in the car. Yeah, it was a good trip. Killed it up and down the fence.
SJWs typically use shame and anger as a means of promoting their own political leanings, which are typically far left in nature. They've infected the entertainment industry, and anybody who doesn't agree with them is a sexist, or a bigot, or a misogynist, or a racist. Pick your ist, pick your ism. It ain't me.
Well, that's not very equal at all.
They don't care about being equal. They care about being more than equal. Now tell me, what's wrong with this?
Looks like ex-military. Bounty hunter, maybe?
Worse.
Is he by himself?
Yeah, not for long. Get him back in his ride, take him out to the wash and dump him.
What if he wakes up before I get there?
Text me where you are. We'll pick you up.
You should have removed his weapon and eliminated him. By leaving your enemy alive, you invite the opportunity for a counterattack.
Agreed. Past this point, that will back Donald Pierce and bring in Xander, son of a bitch Rice, and X-24 to be the main threat to our little road trip family. Next is this old gem. Cliche as f.
Logan?
God damn it, Chuck. Even you swore in this movie.
Out of necessity, old friend. I can't get through your thick adamantium skull otherwise. Even Laura had to physically beat the sense into you before you would listen to her.
Don't even get me started on that kid.
What do you have against your daughter?
Nothing on its surface. You and Laura actually taught me the value of humanity before my demise. No, I'm talking about Ethan Van Sciver.
Who is this you speak of?
Ethan Van Sciver. He created a character called X-32, my daughter. He handed it over to his boss, Joe Quesada, who handed it over to his bosses, who absolutely shit their pants over the idea. Van Sciver walked away, not thinking a second thought. But then when the character was handed over to Christopher Yost and Craig Kyle, well, they turned her into X-23, Laura Kinney.
But it's Laura.
I ain't saying I don't love her, Chuck. She was masterfully portrayed by Daphne Keane, who showed us both the violence and the vulnerability. Now, what I'm saying is there's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes that the public doesn't necessarily know.
Maybe a quarter of it happened, and not like this. In the real world, people die, and no self-promoting asshole in a fucking leotard can stop. This is ice cream for bedwetters.
I did something. Something unspeakable. I remembered what happened in Westchester. This is not the first time I've heard it. Until today, I didn't know. You wouldn't tell me. So we just kept on running away from it. I think I finally understand you.
Ain't the way it went down in the comic books, Johnny. And Old Man Logan, it wasn't you that slaughtered all the X-Men. It was me.
No. Stop it. That is too much.
Yes.
No, Charles, that wasn't you. That was Mysterio.
So that everything's all right.
The future is an ever-evolving probability, the results of which we may never see. When we glimpse the results of that maelstrom, we may become enlightened by its prospects, or insane by its implications. Nevertheless, I've enjoyed the violence.
Captain's log. Stardate. Today. Humanity has evolved. They hit the like. They've subscribed. They've rung the bell for notifications. And they've left a comment. Perhaps we can achieve harmony after all.